Good morning, I'm Joe Catalano with an AM Quincy news update for Wednesday, May 6th. There are 909 cases of coronavirus in Quincy. There have been 83 deaths and 385 people have recovered from the virus. There are now over 70,000 cases statewide. Quincy Mayor Thomas Koch says there are some positive signs with regards to the coronavirus in Quincy. Koch says the infection rate has dropped from a high of almost 600% to 20%. He says Quincy accounts for 1.3% of the positive cases statewide and 1.9% of the total statewide deaths. Koch also says 30% of the deaths in Quincy have been in nursing homes or assisted living facilities. The average age of people who contract the virus in Quincy is 57, and the average age of those who have died is 81. Koch says he's working with the state on developing guidelines for a gradual reopening of some businesses, including golf courses. The Quincy Walmart remains closed until further notice after a worker there died from COVID-19, and 11 others have tested positive for the virus. The store closed Monday afternoon at the urging of Health Commissioner Ruth Jones and will not be allowed to reopen until it gets approval from the health department. A 69-year-old woman who worked at the store died from complications of COVID-19. Jones says all workers will be tested by Mannett Community Health Center, and the store will be disinfected. She says there were reports that the Walmart was not practicing safe social distancing guidelines and not providing protective equipment to its workers. The Secretary of State has awarded Quincy a grant to help encourage people to respond to the 2020 federal census. The mayor is urging all Quincy residents to respond to the federal census as soon as possible. He says Secretary of State Bill Galvin has told him that Quincy's response rate is low. Koch says parts of Wards 2, 4, and 5 have particularly low response rates, which he says may be due to the transient nature of the residents. Koch says Quincy has at least 110,000 residents. However, the federal numbers indicate there are fewer than 95,000 people. The mayor says the census is vital to the amount of federal grant money the city receives for programs that impact education, housing, the elderly, and many more community-based programs. Quincy City Council is supporting a statewide effort that would allow voting by mail. Officials this week approved a resolution by Ward 4 Councilor Brian Palmucci that calls on the state to allow voters to cast ballots in all elections by the U.S. mail. Some councilors said they understood the need for voting by mail during the pandemic, but questioned whether future elections should allow voting by mail. And State Representative Tacky Chant of Quincy cautioned that voting by mail could lead to voter fraud, and he encouraged supporters to consider other alternatives. And a reminder to please send us your videos of life at home during the pandemic. Email your submissions to COVID-19 at qatv.org, and then watch for your stories on Quincy Access Television Channel 8. Also, a reminder to check our website often, qatv.org, for the very latest information on the pandemic, as well as new programs designed to inform and entertain you. I'm Joe Catalano with an AM Quincy news update for Wednesday, May 6th.